This is Will Cowing for Adapter Chicago Productions. We have a very interesting show today. There's been an awful lot going on. There's a huge women's march the day after Trump's one-year inauguration, and a lot of issues that the Women's March and disability have in common. And today we have a very good guest today, Susan Aarup. Is that right to say it?
Aarup, yes.
Aarup, okay. You weren't there, but you know a lot of the people that were
right.
there.
And I helped to organize part of it. We had 5 people on the stage talking about intersectionality with women and women of color. And what's important about, so we probably had about, I know of at least 30 people with disabilities who were part of the contingent. And what's important is that the women's issues and disability issues intersect.
The intersection of women's issues and disability issues.
Especially with women who are fighting for reproductive rights.
Okay, now that's women's what's going on with that, reproduction rights?
We have to fight for them to have the right to have children and bear children. And oftentimes people with disabilities have had to fight to keep their children.
Now what happens? You're a woman with a disability, you have a child, and naturally you want to keep that child. Well, who takes it away from you?
The state can do that if they so choose. So Judy Panko-Weiss, who is part of Access Living and also a good supporter of ADAPT, she has helped fight for women's rights and to keep their children. Because what happens is, in many states and in many cases, people think that because you have a disability, you can't physically take care of a child, and that's just not true.
You're saying that even though you have a disability, you can physically take care of your child,
yeah.
or maybe you could just have somebody helping you with it.
Right, and that's what we've been fighting for years. Because right now, the home services does not allow for that right now, and that's something that we've been fighting for.
Home services in Illinois does not allow for that?
Not right now, no.
No, oh my gosh. Are there states where it
yeah, California, Oregon are 2 of the main ones that I think, and New York is working on the law for that. And we also were saying that medically, women with disabilities tend not to be heard as much as men do.
So women with disabilities, when you go to see a doctor or you're involved, they don't listen to you as much as men. Or
right.
Just women in general too, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you have a disability or not. Often we're ignored, and our conditions go undiagnosed because they think it's part of a disability, or it's a hidden diagnosis, or some things can't be diagnosed in your chair, and they don't want to help us to transfer. So that can be a hard thing for women.
Now, when you say transfer, now you're in a wheelchair, and to be examined properly, you have to be transferred to a special table, right?
Well, it just depends on what it is. But yes, and they don't always want to do that or have the equipment to do that.
And Access Living is trying to get the hospitals to have that type of equipment.
And some of them do, but some of them don't. Access Living developed a law. It's called the Safe Lifting Law.
Safe lifting law.
Yep. And it says that hospitals and nursing homes have to have teams of lifting, and they have to ask the person the best way to do the lifting.
So this is lifting you out of your chair
Right, onto the table or
onto the table, a special table.
Well, it could be any table. It doesn't. Many of them are lowered. Have to be lower.
Okay.
So that could work. But see, I think it is important to have people with disabilities at the Women's March because, like you said earlier, they intersect, and the more people know about us and the more visible we are, the better off we're going to be.
Well, right now it's been going in the wrong direction, hasn't it? Under the Trump administration, I hate to use that word.
And Ronner's not been our friend. He's been, there's the overtime bill with home services, and that you can't have more than 45 hours of service for your personal assistant a week, which makes it a little harder for people to find personal assistants, and especially if you're women who need help transferring, that can be difficult too, because there's not as many people who can help with transfers, and it's just really important that, and I think Tony, and I think it's really important too, because it was also like a march to the polls. So I think women and women with disabilities need to vote.
Okay. Now, what is there any problem getting to vote? Is this another issue?
Usually they have accessible voting places, and you can call the Board of Elections to see if your place is accessible or not, and then you can report it if it's not.
Oh, okay.
And then they have curbside voting where 2 judges have to come out.
Oh, so you don't actually have to go in.
You can do it either way.
Okay, but I mean they may have steps, and you're in a chair, and you don't don't have a ramp.
Most of them have to be accessible.
Okay, that's what I thought.
But some of the churches are not always, because churches are exempt, because it's not always easy to make churches accessible because of church and state.
Okay, but people can come out and have you vote at the curbside.
Right.
That's a good idea.
If you choose to do that.
If you choose, okay.
And what will happen is each election judge will come out. So you'll have one Democratic judge and one Republican judge, and you can choose whichever one.
2 judges, 1 Republican,
Yeah.
1 Democrat. That's good.
That works for both the primary and the general election. And the primary is March 20th. So we just had a big candidates forum at Access Living with all the Democratic governors.
When was this? Oh, this is good.
This was on Thursday, the 18th. We asked them 6 questions, and if they were, and it covered anything from health care to disability rights to women's rights to having a disability advisory council, having people with disabilities in their administration. And there were 6 questions as to how people would vote. And people.
You had 6 questions, and the candidates were there were 6 candidates for governor, or how many?
I think there's like.
Well, this was Democrat, right?
Yeah.
Just a Democratic primary.
Yeah, just the Democrats. The Republicans didn't come, but I think there was like 6 candidates. It was really powerful to have the Women's March on Saturday, because it was a march to the polls. Because people don't realize that 1 in 5 people have a disability.
1 in 5. Wow.
Usually, and of some kind. And we are the biggest majority of people who vote.
I often think of disabled as the forgotten minority. You know, it's just the politicians like look at you like, what's this? You know.
Yeah, and they talked about education, and they talked about education at the Women's March, and ADAPT spoke and talked about disability rights being civil rights. So, and we're all in this together, and I think that's what people forget.
That's a great line. We're all in this together, right?
Because we really have to fight against the status quo to make our point heard. Because if we don't, then we'll just continue to be ignored, and I don't want that for people with disabilities.
Right. Because, I want to go back to something now. You said transfer. Now these are attendants that transfer you to places.
No, they're usually the nurses and doctors. Because you don't have to bring your assistant to the meeting. And I just want to tell you, Will, I'm so happy to be here and to be a part of this. And Dan Productions has done so many good things over the years. And so you told me earlier, I know you write poetry.
Oh, thank you.
What's going on with the poetry?
Well, we have a new president, you know.
Yeah.
And his administration and poetry don't seem to go together.
No.
I did have one poem, a short one. 'Tis the age of Trump. My muse has fled. Misogyny and vitriol do not root well in the fragile loam of poesy. From the darkling plain, the resistance calls.
And I think that's wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
That is just awesome, and I think we as people with disabilities, and actually the whole country, I think if we all worked in this together,
right,
we would be a stronger. So I want to encourage people to say your voice matters, and especially if you're being discriminated against or you feel oppressed. Women and people with disabilities can stand together with our men. Everyone should work together to make it a better place, because we have to, because otherwise Trump will just take over and Mara will take over, and have an overtime. So I'm hoping for a new governor in 2018.
So am I.
And we'll see what happens.
Right. Well, I really appreciate having you on as a guest, and we'll look forward to having you on again.
I really appreciate you too, and thank you very much. And you know, I always want to encourage people to make a difference, and I always want to help people make a difference. So thank you.
Well, anything that we can do that can help. I mean, it's just, we'll talk, we'll hopefully we'll have you on again and we'll talk some more. So appreciate
Okay,
it.
great.
Thank you,
Thanks.
thank you. This is Will Cowing for Adapt Productions, signing off now, and we have some other material probably coming on. So thank you for watching, and let's all get together for the elections that are coming up. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Oliver Guzman with Adapt Chicago Productions. I'm here with Ruby Hawkins Bradford. She used to be with Project Onward, which is a facility that developed the artistic abilities of some of the disabled. She used to draw Superman, but she's now graduated into cats. And she has met Jackson Galaxy. And who is Jackson Galaxy?
The American Feline Behaviors that hosts the animal planet called My Cat from Hell. He started his own show 2011 with Animal Planet, 1,000 Cats with Behavior.
Well, how much of an impact has he had on you?
After I gave him my paint of a white cat 4 years ago, he liked it so much.
So what became of that?
I
Is this
told-
one of the cats here?
Yes, this is the
Who
one.
is this cat? What cat is this?
A white cat. I used to call my mom a cat mom. It's a white cat.
And?
I told her, good kitty, good kitty, good kitty.
Oh yeah?
It's a white cat. My mom got it about almost 18 years ago. Since she's not here no more, white cat will be still there. White cat is so wonderful. This is Garfield. This is Garfield, the orange tabby cat. He liked lasagna. He
And
liked to sleep, everything.
so you're saying sometimes that people make mistakes about cats, and what are some of the mistakes that people make?
I see the cats. I see the cats on the streets everywhere. They don't have nowhere else to go. I pound sometimes. I just on my way home.
And so this is why you got involved with Treehouse, which is a cat shelter.
Yes, that's the animal shelters of cats. Start in 1971. I met Lil Bub twice about a few years ago. This is Lil Bub. The little tiny, let me show you a picture with Lil Bub official.
Let me see that little picture of Bub. So this is you with Bub.
Yeah. I met her September 2014.
So she's like your model cat.
The internet cat, she's short, no teeth, just born with tongue, with disabled cat.
Oh, she's a disabled cat. Now that's something different.
Yeah, some cats have special needs.
So what type of special needs does little Bub?
She's tiny, about 3 feet. 3 feet.
And so what type of special needs does she have?
I forgot. You could go to her website, go to
Oh,
lilbub. Com.
Oh, she's got her own website, huh?
Yeah, and her Facebook as well. I met her twice a few years ago.
By Pedner?
Yeah.
So you became quite a good friend of hers then.
Yeah. The little above the cat by Mike. He's the owner from Bloomington, Indiana.
So who is this?
That's Superman with his cat, Streaky Super Cat. That's Superman.
Okay.
That's his cat also with the Supergirl.
So did they save cats?
Yes, he does. Superman saves cats all the time.
So is this his pet now?
Yeah, this is Streaky, the super cat.
So they fly around?
Yes, they
save-
do.
Yes?
They do.
So who have they saved so far?
Superman saved the cat, but he had a dog, Crystal, the super dog.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the super dog. But now, so how did you get involved in cats? You went from Superman to cats all of a sudden.
This is a Superman cat.
Let me see. This one's Superman cat.
Yes. These are the two cats.
And who is this one?
This is for Loved.
And this one?
Two cats with mother and a kitten.
Okay, so you got a family here.
Yeah.
So now who would this be?
Me.
That would be you?
Yeah.
And who would this be?
My mom.
Your mom. So
Yeah.
you guys are pretty close then, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look pretty happy there. You seem to be pretty tightly bonded. Were you happy back then?
Yeah.
Here.
I had a dream my mom was a cat.
Okay, here. And you mean so now you turn into a Superman cat?
Yeah.
So you feel a whole lot, but you feel pretty much super now. There you go.
I know it's not easy, and we're going to have a Chicago Animal Care Control Gala this coming fall.
And when in fall? Is it going to be a cat gala?
Yes, I went there once last October. It's not too bad. As much as I went to Black Cat Ball at Tree House almost 2 years ago. We had a lot of fun.
There's like food, games,
Yes,
prizes.
yes.
Did you ever win any prizes there?
No, I can't run that good. My favorite game, spin wheel at David Buster's, only go once a year in September around my birthday.
Well, you know what? You seem to be very artistic, and you seem to have pretty much of a good heart to it. And I congratulate you, and I hope, and believe me, I support you in your future endeavor. Once again, I'm with Ruby Hawkins Bradford, and she knows Jackson Galaxy, and these are her cats. And thank you very much for being here. DAB Chicago Productions. My name is Oliver Guzman, once again with Ruby Hawkins. Thank you very much.